What's up, everyone? Welcome to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and today I'm going to be checking out the new album Electrified Brain by the band Municipal Waste. Electrified Brain is a 7th studio album from the Virginian crossover thrash band, and I'd be willing to consider Municipal Waste as one of the funnest and most underrated thrash bands around, even being classified as party thrash at times. And even their song names are kind of playful and pay tribute to some of their influences with names such as the Thrashing of Christ and Thrashing is my business and business is good. And it's been roughly about 7 years since the band's last album, Slime and Punishment, was released. And in that time, especially like over the past 3 years or so, some bands have changed their sound and have become quite a bit more serious, and they've just changed what they've been singing about. But don't worry, I don't think that's going to happen to our precious Municipal Waste. The first song on the album, which is also the title track song, gets straight to work with a quick riff and in-your-face vocals and a very punchy drum tone. The guitar solo is blazing and the chorus is very powerful thanks to big open chords while he's singing about a murderer, possibly Jack the Ripper, and his torturing and execution by electric chair. And the outro jam is a nice touch as well. Then we have the song Demoralizer, which has a catchy riff, and they give it some time to really shine in the intro. And there's a guitar solo right after the verse that builds a lot of tension before the chorus. The outro is fairly powerful. It has good resolution as it's stating that you won't be able to continue this fight against the Demoralizer. And being known as a party band, I would assume that they have some pretty crazy fans out there. And I think the song Grave Dive is kind of a tribute to that. I think it's about fans diving off the stage and dying, and they have so much energy at their concerts, and they're literally slaying their fans with just how intense and how much fun they're having with their music. I gotta admit, I'm not really feeling the vocals all that much when it's yelling forever in the chorus. And the outro has a really, probably one of my favorite grooves on this entire album. And of course, again, being a party band, it got some drinking songs in there as well, like the song Last Crawl, which I believe is about getting drunk when it wasn't really your intention, and which is basically like being an alcoholic. Or I feel like maybe it's more along the lines of doing like a bar crawl where, you know, it is like bar hopping, I guess you could say. And I really like that this song had an old school feel to it, especially when the chanty vocals come in the chorus. It's a really nice touch to it. The song The Bite is probably about zombies, I'm assuming, and the vocal rhythm kind of reminds me of Going the Distance by the band Cake. I don't know why, it just has that kind of dry, like chopped up kind of feel to it. I'm not really sure if that was the intention. I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't. The pre-chorus has some fairly silly vocals to it and even funnier lyrics. And after a little bit more thought about this song, it's most likely about the movie Dead Alive, which is a very over-the-top Peter Jackson movie. It's absolutely insane. It's really gross at times with a lot of blood. It's really stupid at times with the scene with the baby. I don't know. If you guys haven't seen that movie, definitely check it out. It's a horror movie, but it'll make you laugh more than anything else. Then we have the song High Speed Steel, which has a chugging dynamic riff that really drives this song along, and it gets its time to shine in the post-chorus. The bridge has some cool drum and guitar like crescendos where it starts out really quiet, it builds up and gets really fast. It sounds really good, and they do that over and over again, kind of psyching you out of when the song's going to build up and explode. And the outro is full of O's and a guitar solo, which I gotta admit, I did kind of like a little bit, even though I really didn't want to. Then we have the song Thermonuclear Protection, which has a very explosive intro. The lyrics are great and they rhyme, which to me adds so much to the vocal performance and just the overall flow of the song. I don't know why, but in metal songs and like thrash and stuff like that, I really pay attention to the lyrics, and if they rhyme, it just adds a lot more to it. And it's going to sound weird, but the outro to this song reminds me a lot of something that Hatebreed would do, especially on their last album, The Weight of False Self, or something along those lines. That whole album has the same kind of vocal cadence as this song does. I don't know, mostly just in the vocals, definitely not in the music. It just has that kind of stompy, hardcore feel to it. Then we have the song Blood Vessel, Boat Jail, which starts out with a heavy riff in the blood vessel section of the song, and it has a haunting lead part to it. The lyrics are definitely on the nose about being in boat jail as they start chanting it throughout the song, and the guitar seems to keep speeding things up. It just gets faster and faster, it feels like. I believe that Crank the Heat is about having negative thoughts, not being able to get them out of your head, and also being just surrounded by a bunch of negative stuff in the world and not really being able to get away from it. And the music in this song has a little bit of a punk vibe to it, specifically in the drums. And then we have the song Restless and Wicked, which has a fast riff that reminds me of Iron Maiden, as do the lyrics. The guitar solo comes in as like snippets about, I don't know, 3 times before it actually really gets into the solo, going into the last verse and chorus. And I really, really enjoyed this song, specifically for the witch hunt theme that it has, which again reminds me a lot of Iron Maiden. Then we have the song 10 Cent Beer Night, which has a chorus that sounds like the entire band is singing as if they're a team, which kind of fits it because the lyrics tell the story of a promotion held by the MLB during like an Indians and Rangers game. I think it was in like 1970 something. I don't know. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me on it. But it ended up resulting in a riot where some of the baseball players had to protect themselves with bats and stuff. It just got really crazy because of just the fans. They were just insane back then. Then we have the song Barreled Rage, which opens up with some quick triplets and a lead guitar solo. The vocals in the verse are a little bit rougher sounding than normal to me, and the guitar melody during the chorus is great, as is the groove and the bridge. Then we have the song Putting on Error, which this one, I don't know, this seemed like, I didn't really enjoy this one. This is probably my least favorite song on it. The vocals, again, are very rough, and they have like this kind of duet thing going on, which I guess was just okay. The chorus has like this distant sounding kind of vocals, like it sounds like everybody but the lead singer is singing, and it's pretty much over just as fast as it started, but it ends up being a lot more chaotic in the end. Then we have the closing track, Paranormal Janitor, which is about a janitor who has to clean up some very gruesome scenes almost every night at the municipal high. The bridge and the solo definitely stand out to me a lot by sounding a lot different from basically anything else on this album. And it's just a really solid ending. I like how there isn't like a solid theme throughout this entire thing, but this song still feels like a conclusion to it. Electrified Brain is loads of fun, and it's non-stop headbanging. It's got lots of energy from start to finish. The vocals are quite a bit better thanks to the better production that was used. It makes them a little bit more digestible than before without it really sacrificing that original sound, the original just gritty, raw sound that this band has always had. I also love the different song themes throughout it and all of the creative lyrics that they used on all the songs. However, this definitely starts to kind of sound like the same thing over and over. The vocals, the riffs, guitar tone, the drums, all of it is pretty consistent from start to finish. And it's a 14-song album, so it can make you kind of feel lost in that unvarying sound. You don't know if you're on song 4 or song 8, especially since like the average song length is about 2 minutes and 40 seconds long. It could be kind of tiring to listen from start to finish. I think it's only about 34 minutes long, somewhere around there. And even though those are issues with it, you also have to realize that Municipal Waste isn't trying to be revolutionary. They're not trying to reinvent thrash or reinvent the wheel. They're just chilling here, having a good time. They're trying to party, write music that their fans have always enjoyed, and they're not trying to like, I mean, of course, it's always nice to bring in new fans, but they're not trying to do anything different. They're not trying to stand out. They're not trying to do any of that. So you can't really judge them and be like, they've never changed over the past couple of years. I mean, this is what their purpose is. This is what they do. They just want to party and have a good time. So with all that said, I gotta give Electrified Brain by Municipal Waste a 6.7 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. I know a lot of people have probably never even heard of this band before, so go ahead and give a couple of these songs a listen, or the whole thing. Like, it's only like 30-something minutes long. All the songs are like, realistically, most of these songs are about 2 minutes or less, because there's a couple 4-minute long songs on there, so they're very short, very quick. They're just meant for fun. So yeah, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Electrified Brain, what you would rate it, and let me know what your favorite songs are. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. And also don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know what you want me to review next. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your night or day, whenever you have me watching this. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I was